What's up, guys? This is Richard again for another edition of Learning with Rich. So I'm so glad to be with you again as always. And for today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to create and modify pilasters in Revit Structure 2017. So in this exercise, I'm going to create and modify pilasters in the walls. So to do this, like what I did last time from my last exercise, I'm going to use the AutoCAD drawing. Let's say, for example, this was created by the architect. I'm going to use the column grid. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to create a pilaster on my B2 grid and B3 grid, as well as on 8.52 grid intersection. All right, so let's get started. So I'm gonna zoom in first. So maybe I'm gonna open first the 3D. Okay, so the 3D, and I will type WT to tile my view, and then I click to this window, and then I'll type again WT to switch the window. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna zoom in here. So I want to place it on my B2 grid. So from the structure tab, I select here the column. So I'm gonna use here, let's say 600 by 600 M concrete square column. So I click this one. Okay, and then I'm gonna make sure that the setting here on my options bar is set to height until first floor. Okay, so I will be creating my column from the basement until the first floor level. All right, so I'm gonna click now the B2. All right, so this is the B2. There you go. Okay, then after that, I also click the intersection of my B3. Okay, so this one, B3. Okay. All right. Or I can also use here at grids option. Anyway, I'll just pick the B2 and B3 grids. Okay, so after that, I'm going to select here the modify tab to terminate the tool. And if I want to modify, let's say my column, okay, let's say this column. So I'm going to select this column, and I want to change, let's say, for example, the top offset, the top portion of the column. So let's say I'm going to key in here 900 and then apply. So you will notice it will update my column. Okay, there you go. So after I create these two column or pilasters, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create and modify masonry pilasters. So I'm going to create this one. Okay, I'm going to place it here. So I'm going to create a column using the material masonry. Okay, so to begin with, so I'm going to select here the column again. And then let's say, for example, I want to create 400 by 400 mm. But at the moment, there is no type like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select any one of the concrete square column here as my base. And then after that, I'm going to select here the edit type to open the type properties. Okay, so I'm not going to change straight away this to 400. So I need to duplicate first the type. Okay, so you always duplicate it. Okay, so 400 by 400 mm. And then I select OK. And then after that, I change now the dimension here. So 400. And then I'm going to select here OK. Okay. And then after that, I'm now going to pick the intersection of 8.5 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to place it here. So I'll just pick. There you go. So there's the preview. So after that, I select here modify to terminate the model. Okay, so I just need to pan this one to refresh. Okay, so that's your column. Now, in case you want to align your column to the wall, so you can always go to the modify here and you can use the align command. And for you to be able to see clearly the lines of your model, you can turn on your thin line. So if this is turned off, so it looks like this. Okay, so sometimes it's difficult for you to see the line weight nicely, so that's why I just turn on the thin line so I can see it very fine. Okay, in very fine line, and then I can align it. So my reference is the wall, So I want to align the column. There you go. Okay. You also notice that the column blends, the material of my wall blends with the material of the column. Okay. So the next thing is, let's say I want to change the material of my column. Okay. So I click the column, and then from the instance properties, there's the structural material. So I just click this one, and then you see there's ellipsis button here. So I'm going to click this, and then it will open the material browser. So let's say I want to add here I want the material masonry. So I'll just key in here, and then I'll just look for, let's say this one, CMU. Okay, so masonry, concrete masonry units. So I just select this one, and then I select OK. So there you go. So that's how you change the material of your column. Okay, so you notice if you click your column here, okay, so you can also change the dimension. Okay, so if you want to change the dimension, you can also change it from here. So this is our temporary dimension. You can always click that, and then you can change the dimension, right? Okay, so that's it for this exercise. It's a very quick one, but I hope you learned something from this video. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments or suggestion, you can put it on the comment section below, and then I'll just get back to you as soon as I can. You can also subscribe in my YouTube channel so you will be notified every time I create a new video. Okay, so until then, you all stay beautiful and handsome. Thank you.